Hi, everybody out there in Facebook world. My name is Debbie Neal. I am an independent consultant. I am an executive national vice president with Arbonne, and I'm so excited to be here with you guys tonight. Let me tell you a little bit of the background of how this story came to be. Every single Sunday night, we do a Sunday night boot camp call. We have a special page for that. And what we really do is talk about different things to really lead consultants that are in Arbonne and are really looking to grow a business to the top of this company, what it really takes. So we have this Sunday night's call, and it's Mother's Day, and it just seems so appropriate to invite my 19-year-old daughter. So this is Brooke. She's going to be talking to you guys in a few minutes, and I'm so excited for you guys to hear how the power of Arbonne has really touched our family. And you know, some of you guys, most of you guys watching this are probably already in Arbonne, but hopefully some of you guys are joining us tonight and you don't have an Arbonne business, and this can give you a glimpse of how incredible this business really is. So I'm just going to start and tell you guys a little bit about my journey with Arbonne, because I started my business 12 years ago this month, and it's Mother's Day month, and I'm so super sentimental about the month of May in Arbonne. So to give you a little snapshot of my life, 12 years ago, I have 4 children. So Brooke is her name, but we all call her Brookie. Those of you in Arbonne also know that we call her Brookie. Brookie was 6. Tyler, who's over 6 feet tall now, was 4 years old. And Ryan and Bailey, my baby twins, who are going to be 14, were 1.5. I was given the gift of Arbonne. Somebody shared this with me at a backyard barbecue on Long Island 12 years ago this month. My first reaction, to give you guys a little bit of what my life looked like 12 years ago, I was a stay-at-home mom with my 4 beautiful children. I did walk away from a corporate job. I was in training with CVS Pharmacy because I really wanted to be present and full-time with my children. And although I loved every single minute of being a mom and being present with them, there was a couple of things that I missed. Number one, I missed the income that I walked away from, because it definitely did help our household. But the second thing I really missed was me. In fact, I felt guilty some nights going to bed thinking, I mean, being a mom to the 4 kids that I love more than life should be enough, but I missed the fire, I missed the ambition, I missed the drive, and yet I wasn't willing again to have a boss. I wasn't willing to work 40, 50, or 60 hours to make somebody else's dreams come true. I wasn't willing to be told when I could be with my children, if I could put them on the bus, if I couldn't put them on the bus, if I was sick, if they were sick and I couldn't be there. I wasn't willing. Those things were non-negotiable to me. So now somebody came up, they shared the story of Arbonne. In the first few minutes, I didn't think it was for me. I didn't think I could sell. I never sold a thing in my life. But then I heard the Arbonne opportunity. I heard about the products and the opportunity and how the business model, and it really made my heart skip a beat. But I'm going to tell you what made me almost not do this business: my babies. What would that look like? What would time away from them be like? Because to grow anything that's worthwhile takes time, it takes effort, it takes sacrifices. But I did this business because I did want to have freedom and choices and flexibility. So I jumped into this business May 30th, 2006. I can honestly say I have not looked back in 12 years. Now, for those of you who don't know my journey, I was driving my Mercedes-Benz, and that's the car level in Arbonne, in 78 days. And I was a national vice president in under 6 months. That took work. It took sacrifice. It did take time away from my family, but that time that I missed, I have so much of it now. And I'm just gonna tell you one story before I turn it over to Brooke. And then when Brooke is done sharing her thoughts, I'm gonna come back and spend a few minutes with you guys before I close this Facebook Live. Now, some of you who are in Arbonne, or maybe not in Arbonne, could look at my journey and say, I would never make those type of sacrifices. For 6 months to go to the top of Arbonne, mind you, the average monthly income at that level was $22,000, and I achieved that in under 6 months. That comes with a price. That really does, and I did. I was away a lot in the evenings. I was out building. I was out selling the dream. I was selling product. you know, my children, Brooke, being the oldest, 6 years old, did cry sometimes, did hold on to my knees, my ankles, didn't want me to leave, wanted me to stay home. But honestly, you guys, 30 seconds after I pulled away, she had a beautiful life, a great dad, awesome siblings, and she was fine. She literally missed me till the car backed up from the driveway, and then it was like, Mom, who? And everybody was off to the next thing. But I do remember as I was building my business, Brooke said to me, Mom, you're out so much. Promise me on my birthday that you will not have a meeting. Now, mind you, she said this to me in July, you guys, and her birthday is November 14th. She said, just make me that one promise. And I said, okay, Brooke, you have my word. On November 14th, Mommy is not going to do Arbonne, and we're going to spend the whole day together. Well, let me tell you guys what happened in the month of October. Number one, I was not the national vice president at the time. I was not the one in charge of scheduling, training, and rec. The dates were not booked in advance, and the date was booked on November 1. Well, in the month of October, I went into myself and my entire organization went into qualification for national vice president in our 5th month in Arbonne. 3 of my leaders went into qualification for regional vice president, and 15 of my district managers went into qualification for area manager. So for those of you who are in Arbonne, you can just imagine what training and rec was going to be like in November. So November came around, and the national vice president put out an email. We didn't have Facebook at the time, and said, training and rec is November 14th. And I'll never forget it, because my heart sank and I thought, oh my gosh, I looked at my baby girl and I made a promise. But I also looked at my children and made a promise that I was building this business to the very top, and I was going to help and coach and inspire as many leaders as I possibly could. And the mother guilt thought, well, we do this for time freedom. I'm going to choose my daughter. And then the leader in me thought, we do this for time freedom. I'm going to choose the vehicle, and my daughter can do this with me. It's the very best part of Arbonne. And you guys, with anything, it's all about the delivery. I could have sat down with my daughter and said, I'm so sorry. I have something I need to tell you. I know that Mommy made you a promise, but I'm not going to be able to be here for your birthday but guess what? It's in a delivery. I sat her down and I said, guess what? For your birthday, you're going to be going to an Arbonne meeting. Well, for those of you who don't know me, you guys, I'm very type A. My children all slept through the night at 5 weeks. Everybody was sound asleep for the night at 8 p.m. So imagine this. Here's a 6-year-old little girl turning 7 who normally goes to bed at 8 o'clock. I'm like, we're going to go to a meeting, and then we're going to go to Bertucci's at 9:30. Well, she got all dressed up. Brookie was my princess from day one. All dressed up, sat in the audience. She watched my team get recognized. She watched myself get recognized. She watched me stand up in front of that room, accept qualification for national vice president, make a declaration that we were going to finish in the month of November and be a nation December 1. I called her up for gifts. I made her feel amazingly special. And from that moment on, I realized it wasn't a choice between Arbonne and my children. My children were Arbonne children. They were my team. They were my tribe. They were a part of my why and a part of my vision. And sometimes we look at this business and we do it for our children. Those of us who have children, that's the biggest part of our why. But I want to let you know that you're going to have to make a choice sometimes in that road. And if you really want to have the choices and the freedom and the flexibility and a life that only other people can dream of, that it's worth it. Because with anything, my friend, Arbonne gave me freedom, but freedom is never free. There's a price tag attached to all of it. So with that, I'm so excited. I'm so proud. My daughter just finished her freshman year in college, and oh my gosh, it seemed like yesterday when she was 6 years old when I started this journey 12 years ago. And I just thought how appropriate and special for me as a mom. And for those of you who are in Arbonne, you guys know my daughter. And for those of us through Facebook, how great is it through Facebook that we get to see each other's children and our lives and our journeys and our stories and our heartaches and our successes all through this wonderful vehicle of Facebook. So now I have the honor on Mother's Day to share my child with all of you. So with that said, you know, I was sharing the chair with her while I spoke, but now she'd like me to go away while she speaks, and then I'm going to be back to spend a couple of minutes with you guys. So happy Mother's Day, and this is my baby girl, Brooke Neal.
Hi everyone, happy Mother's Day. As my mom mentioned, my name is Brooke Neal, and I am here to talk to you guys about how worth it is to make the short-term sacrifices in order to build your Arbonne business from the perspective of an Arbonne child. When I was 6 years old, my mom made the decision to start her Arbonne business. And as I'm sure you guys are all well aware, she decided from the very beginning to grow this business very intensely, very actively. So this forced her to make some sacrifices. She missed some t-ball games, some family dinners, putting us to sleep some nights, getting us off the bus. But to be completely honest with you guys, I did not remember any of those sacrifices until I made an effort to go back and remember them when she asked me to speak. And that is because today, my mom has the complete freedom to plan her work life around her personal life and not the other way around. She can be there for every single time we get off the bus, every single sports game, every single family dinner. She has the ability to drive to Philadelphia and come for lunch whenever I need her. I'm feeling homesick at college. And that is such a priceless, priceless gift that I really cannot name any other job that will give that to you, along with the financial freedom that my family has gained from this amazing business. Along with college, I had the ability to choose any college in the entire world that I wanted to go to. I will never have to bear the burden of student loan debt because of Arbonne. And we've been traveling the world as a family. We've been to Punta Cana, Puerto Rico, Jamaica. I've been to Hawaii twice, a cruise. My family's going to Jamaica in October, and I can promise you that your children will not be laying on a beach of a tropical island saying, oh, I really wish that you were at those family dinners or that sports game. I promise you that they will be so, so grateful that you were brave enough to step away from your family to build this business. It has given my family time, it has given her freedom and financial freedom that we really could never have dreamed of if she did not say yes to this business 12 years ago. However, the most important thing that we have gained from my mom being so fearless every single day when she wakes up to build her business is just watching a mom who is so dedicated and just the perfect example of a leader. She wakes up every single day with a full heart, so much passion, so much grit, and she just sets goals every single day, tells us about them, and just goes and achieves them fearlessly. And she's done this every single day that I can remember. And I don't think she realizes how much we look up to her and how much every child looks up to their parents. But because of that, she has created 4 children that are just so ambitious, so driven, so hardworking. And it's really not an option to be anything less. We think so positively, and she's just created such an atmosphere in this house that you can be anything you want, you can believe anything you want. Setting goals is the norm. It's not something that it is something you should strive to do, but it's just normal here, and it's just the priceless gift of Arbonne. And I'm sure she would have been such an amazing person and an amazing mom without Arbonne, but I know that Arbonne has made her into this person that she is today, and because of that, we have been a byproduct of that, and we have just grown up in this atmosphere that I really couldn't have asked for anything more. I am so thankful for Arbonne, and of course she still makes sacrifices. She's still actively growing her business, of course, but we don't even see them as sacrifices at all. And I know that once your children start to see these benefits and the amazing, unique things that Arbonne can bring into your life and to your children's life because of your bravery to make sacrifices and to build this business every single day, I promise they will see the worth, and they will be so thankful that you did. So please stop letting your children be an excuse not to build this business. Instead, let them fuel your why and be the exact reason why you go out and you make the sacrifices and you build this for them. I promise you that they will see the worth. Please do this. Your children deserve this, and you deserve this. Thank you. Oh. My mom's gonna come back now.
Okay, I can't even take myself. Wait, can't get mine. body in here, you guys. That was probably the best Mother's Day message that I could have ever gotten. And I just pray that somewhere in your heart, it hits you on a chord. You know, probably the thing that I want you guys to know, our children, they're watching us. Every single thing, they're watching us. When you look at your kids in the face and you say, you know, mommy or daddy is going to get that Mercedes, or you look at, maybe you don't have children, you look at a good friend or a sibling or a parent or whoever, you're as good as your word. And sometimes we have our why and then we use it as an excuse because we feel so torn. I love my children more than anything. They've watched this business being built from the ground up. They know what it's like to set a goal and achieve it. They know what it's like to set a goal and miss it. But missing a goal is okay. Not resetting it is not. They'll see me get up again, strap on my big girl panties, set the next goal, and go for it. So I hope you guys liked this message. I hope you have or had an incredible Mother's Day. We truly are in the biggest and best season in Arbonne. And maybe you're watching this recording or live as a guest or just an outsider that's possibly looking into the power of Arbonne. I was somebody 12 years ago who said, I can't sell. I was somebody 12 years ago who said, I know nothing about skincare and cosmetics. I was somebody 12 years ago who said, I knew nothing about network marketing. But I jumped in because I wanted more out of life. I jumped in because after hearing the Arbonne story, I didn't realize that somewhere in my adult life that I stopped dreaming. You know, when you ask a child what they want to be when they get older, they have big dreams, they have big aspirations, especially the real little ones, right? I want to be an astronaut. I want to be this. And they answer you with childlike belief. Why? Because they believe that they can be anything. But then what happens sometimes when we become an adult, we stop dreaming and we start earning a living. And we take our dreams and we put them in this little tiny box on a shelf. And every once in a while, we take those dreams out. I heard the Arbonne story and I knew right at that moment 12 years ago that something inside of my heart had changed. Knowledge is power. And I now knew there was something else out there. I wanted more out of life. Most people wait for the change. My friends, the definition of insanity is doing the exact same thing and expecting a different result. Don't wait for the change. Be the change. The most powerful thing in this world is time. It's time. It's something that costs the least and it's worth the most. Yes, building this business takes time. But not only has it absolutely changed the way everybody in my house lives, the way we think, the way we speak, the way we love. We see with our imagination, not with our eyes. But the very best part about the power of Arbonne and the gift of Arbonne was that this started with me and my family 12 years ago. And there are thousands upon thousands of other families that have more choices, more freedom, more flexibility. My children are amazing. They're happy. You know, the month I went nation, they ate chocolate for 2 months. They're fine. Look at them. You know, it might be why we ate ice cream right before we got on this Facebook Live. Ice cream is now just in their DNA. And we're so grateful, so very grateful for the gift of Arbonne. And we want every single family out there to have the true power of this business. So everybody have an incredible night. And thank you so much for spending time with us tonight. We love you. Bye.